Okay. Before I fall asleep, we've got an important thing to do here, and that is felicitate one of the great journalists. One of the great journalists of our time. We've grown up watching him. I mean, it's always a lot of respect. Got a lot of respect for all the stuff that you've done.
How are you?
Big hand. Good up, he's very old.
Just when I thought you were finally going to, after all these years, pay me a compliment, you turned to Gaurav.
I have a topic.
Oh, Sri, come on, Sri, now shout.
Yeah, I think we need to discuss Mahendra Singh Dhoni and his role in T20s because the next big tournament, T20 Internationals. Yeah.
Okay then, let's look at the numbers first, shall we? Over 80 T20Is, just over 1200 runs, and a strike rate of a little over 120 with just the 150. Now you might say that's alright as a record, does a job, but MS's numbers in the IPL are significantly better. Twice the matches, nearly 3 times the runs, average touching 38, and strike rate higher. This though isn't just a numerical argument, it's a logical one. Should India persist with a 36-year-old MS Dhoni, who will be touching 40 come the next World T20 as specialist keeper batsman, or use the shortest format of the game to blood fresh talent?
Ajit, awkward question, but Dhoni and T20s?
No, I think they should move on from MS. I think they've obviously they want him in the one-day team for his experience and sort of what he brings. But T20, if he's not leading the team, you'd rather look at another option. I'm not talking about age. Age, I mean, you can be 40, 45 if you're good enough. I think at the moment with his strike rate and what he brings to the team as a batsman, maybe perhaps in 2020 cricket there are better options out there.
Rajdeep?
My worry is that you've already got a MS Dhoni who's decided to quit Test cricket, which means there's a sense, and he's going to play the World Cup in 2019.
Yeah.
So the sense is that you need to give him more opportunities, more game time, which is why you're taking him for the T20s. Not the greatest reason to have him, so I can partly agree with Ajit, but I can see where the selectors are also coming from. There are a few cricketers who I think in Indian cricket over the years have become larger than the game. And I think in that sense, MS is one of them. He's the kind of cricketer, if he wants to play T20s, most selectors will say, is MSK Prasad going to say, sorry, MS, I'm not picking you?
What Rajdeep is saying is that sometimes you should ditch democracy and go with aristocracy.
Yeah. It's interesting that Rajdeep mentioned it because when India started playing T20s in 2007, they did exactly the same. They ditched all the seniors. They gave Dhoni, the youngster, the chance. Is it perhaps time that the whole thing has come a full circle?
They didn't actually ditch the seniors. The seniors ditched the format in that sense. They decided not to play.
Yeah, because
but I think
Sehwag
in the
still
case
played,
of Dhoni, you've got to look at it as a clear black and white situation. His one-day record is exceptional. He does a job in one-day cricket. They need a certain amount of experience in that one-day lineup, sure. There's been enough time with him in the T20 team. I think they've missed an opportunity already. They should have left him out of the T20s against Australia.
This whole issue outside of the cricket field of who will make that call, it will have to come down to the most powerful man in cricket, who at the moment is Virat Kohli. When does Virat say, this guy isn't giving me what Rishabh Pant might, or what XYZ keeper might, or KL Rahul might as a keeper with the gloves? Rishabh Pant is giving you 20 of 6 or 20 of 7. He's more valuable than MS, who will need 5 overs just to set in. That costs you a T20 game.
And for how long will
That's 3 years
Virat lean on the fact that, I need him on the field for experience, for
not
guidance, advice, all of that? I mean,
that's
one of the
point.
That's one of the reasons.
Do you think there's a sense that we are looking at MS Dhoni only as a batsman in T20? Does Virat need MS Dhoni, the experienced sort of advisor on a T20?
What is his experience?
I don't think you need that experience in T20 cricket anymore. I mean, one-day cricket, perhaps you want him around with the World Cup in, a year and a half, 2 years' time. Even one-day cricket, with his batting, he's not what he used to be, but it looks like Virat still needs him around.
I'm saying this whole thing of there is nobody else is flawed because until you
not
put
know until you
someone
try.
for 5 or 6 games, how will you know?
Now remember one thing, Rupert Murdoch always said that nobody should believe they are indispensable in journalism. There's always another bus coming to the bus stop.
I got to tell you, MS Dhoni owns his own bus fleet. All right, let's stop here. I think we've got enough.